Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for Season 2 and Episode 2 of our Manchester City reboot career mode here on FIFA 23. It is transfer deadline day, and the transfer window hasn't gone any the way I want it to, really. I mean, looking at the squad here, Brandy's still here, he should be out on loan. Bose is here, he should be out on loan, but no one's come for him. That's 2. And Mbete should be out on loan, 3. Maria should be out on loan, 4. Doyle, 5. Robertson, 6. Perone, 7. Mendoza, 8. Borges, 9. Mabude, 10. So 10 players, not really, that are on the books that shouldn't be, or should be somewhere else. And also, Bernardo Silva still at the club despite wanting to leave. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Whether someone comes in on deadline day, I'd have to move swift for a replacement. Could be a very exciting transfer deadline day here at Manchester City, because at the moment, we've not signed a single player. So loaning out, leaving the club is Carlos Borges. He's joined Atalanta on a 12-month loan. And also leaving the club is Adari Mabude. He goes to Sporting on a 12-month loan. 2 good moves for 2 young players there. Really good moves for them, actually. And wow, there we go. We do receive an offer for Bernardo Silva. And it's from a team that he wants to go and play for. Back to his boyhood club in Portugal, Benfica. And they've offered a big amount of money. Let's negotiate this. Is there anyone in the Benfica side we could say, hang on a minute, can you give me this player as well? Let's have a look in the Benfica side. So they've got a 70-rated 21-year-old goalkeeper, we'll one for the future. Marisic, Ristic, Santo Cruz there. Antonio Silva would be a really good sign. We've got plenty of centre-backs, though. Plenty of centre-backs. Midfield-wise, they've got to have like a really spectacular young player. I mean, Schelderschlup there is worth 30 already. Someone for the future, really. So a really young player for the future. But I'm very surprised. I don't think they've got João Neves, maybe. I mean, we've got better players now. And the only one is Antonio Silva. Thomas Araujo. Well, I'm going to say, I don't want to ruin this deal. I want to give Bernardo Silva his wish. City said, you know, 105 million for Declan Rice is the aim. 105 million, we'll accept that. So it looks like Bernardo's returning to Benfica. 1 year left in his contract. 105 million is a massive amount of money for Bernardo. It's the same amount that Arsenal paid for Declan Rice. It does mean we have to go for a replacement on deadline day. Well, luckily for us, we have 2 players, 2 replacements lined up on deadline day. And these are the 2 players you can go for. Either 25-year-old and Crystal Palace midfielder Eze, or Florian Wirtz. Now, Wirtz is obviously the better player. He's got a higher potential. He's 5 years younger. More for the future. And Wirtz is my favourite choice, really. But I have a feeling it might be difficult to get Leverkusen to sell him on deadline day. And if not, then we're going to go for Eze, come at a cheaper rate, and maybe Crystal Palace be grateful for the money. I'm not entirely sure. But Florian Wirtz is my main pick. And Florian Wirtz is who we're going to make a move for to replace Bernardo Silva. But not quite yet. Because I want to make sure that deal goes through, really. That's the sort of worry I've got. I've got to make sure that deal goes through. And he agrees to go back to Benfica. Otherwise, we've then got too many players. We'll hang fire just a few more hours, the transfer deadline, and then we'll go in for Wirtz. Bernardo Silva's turned down Benfica. Wow, I did not see that coming. Maybe at this stage of his career, he doesn't believe Benfica's the way to go. Maybe he didn't want to bankrupt his boyhood club. We'll just accept this straight away. There's 5 hours left on deadline day. Bernardo Silva's turned down Benfica. We're going to have to move fast for Florian Wirtz here. It's gone through. 3 hours remaining and it's gone through. Bernardo Silva finally leaves Manchester City. But not to his boyhood club. He rejects his boyhood club, Benfica. So Bernardo Silva leaves Manchester City. He's wanted that for a while. I'm very surprised he didn't go back to Benfica. That is an absolute shock for me. You know, when they came in from it, just seemed perfect. Then I thought, it's taken ages to go through, but why? Only a D rating, could have got 150 million for him. But now, we've got to move for Wirtz quick. We cannot afford to rub them up the wrong way here. We have to make an offer that they can't refuse. And Florian Wirtz is a top player, and I think... So we can agree the move then here. For Florian Wirtz, 120 million. I think they'll accept that. They want Jack Grealish in the deal. We won't be accepting that. No way is Jack Grealish going in the deal. 120 million is a massive, massive sum. For the sum of money we're willing to pay. They do agree to it. 120 million for Wirtz. It's got to be done. We've got 105 for Bernardo Silva, so we're not paying, what, 15 million for Florian Wirtz, really? Important first team player, 86 rated. He's going to play a big role in the team, actually, isn't he? He suffered an ACL injury early on in his career, but he's back and he's firing again at only 20 years of age. Leverkusen losing their best player on deadline day is a bit harsh on them, isn't it? But we lost Bernardo Silva on deadline day. It's taken him all this time to get a move away from the club. Give him a big bonus here. I can't afford to mess this up because if we mess it up, then there's no going back. Deadline day, then it's over. Wirtz agrees a deal. Welcome to Manchester. Our record club signing now at 120 million. Florian Wirtz. Now, they probably think we could have got him cheaper, but I just couldn't afford to make the mistake on deadline day. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got him. We were left in a certain position, weren't we? We had to make the move, and we did make the move. So there is Wirtz warming up, getting ready on the treadmill in his Manchester City shirt. He looks good in blue. There's Florian Wirtz. And he is our new Bernardo Silva replacement. Will play in the midfield. He won't wear the number 7, actually. That's Pope's number. That's a bit cruel of taking it off him. So there we are. Bayer Leverkusen to Manchester City, £120 million. Florian Wirtz to Manchester City, only 20 years of age, 10 years younger than Bernardo Silva. I think he's one certainly for the future of this club. He's going to be here for a very, very long time. Wirtz joins, and he will wear that number 27. The development plan, I think we need to get him maybe as a central midfielder because he's going to play a lot there. That makes sense, doesn't it? Develop him there. He's quite quick. We'll work on his passing maybe a little bit, his shooting, his dribbling, and then make him a centre midfielder. But he's going to be a superstar for this Manchester City side. There is no doubt about that. So 1 hour left on the deadline date. The deadline date is over. Any player now who gets an offer will be moving in January. And one of those is Jordan Bose, 6-month loan. He'll go at the end of the season to FC Porto. And the same for Luke Mbete. Will join Braga, but till the end of next season. So this is how the starting 11 is looking after the transfer window. Only one change really, which is Bernardo Silva out, Florian Wirtz in. He is the only signing we have made. The full Sharps is coming up in the squad, and this is the full squad and the full starting team. Obviously, some of the players have agreed to move in January on loans, but until January, we have chance to use some of these players because, like in the cup games and so on, there's chances for an opportunity. So Doyle, Perone, Robertson, Maria, Boss, Wilson Esbrand and Bete, Mendoza, they will get chances. They will get chances, surely. I expect so anyway in the cup games before January, before most of them leave out on loan, which is the idea. But the chances don't come after January 10-2, do they? Because that's when the business end of the season starts and things get more difficult. You have to play the first team and rotate with the second team. Whereas these sort of fringe third team players, they will get a chance. And a lot of them looking to move on loan or perhaps permanently, like in Wilson Esbrand's case. But I'm confident. I'm confident for the future of the club. I think Wirtz is a very good replacement for Bernardo Silva. Just got to see how he does. So we'll make some progress in today's episode. We've got Spurs away, which will play Leipzig at home in the Bundesliga side, which will play in the Champions League. Brentford at home, I think we'll simulate. I think we'll play Barnsley at home and Leicester City at home. They're the games we're going to play. And then we'll probably sim this one and sim that one and get through the whole month of September by the end of today's episode. That makes sense, doesn't it? And get forward into October by the next episode. This is the side for Spurs today. Edison starts in goal. It's Joshko, Vardiol, Diaz and Stones, the back three, with Phillips, Kovacic and De Bruyne, the captain, in front. Grealish on the left, Foden on the right, and Alvarez supporting Erling Haaland up top. On the bench, we've got Pedro Goncalves, Oyarzabal, McAtee, Lewis, Ake, Kanji and Ortega. No Wirtz today, he just came on deadline day and he's a little bit tired. I think he's played for the Bundesliga side by a Leverkusen that he joined from, so we're not going to throw him straight in there. Hickey, Pavard, Rodri still injured, Robertson, Doyle, Perone all miss out on today's squad. Rico Lewis back on the bench, 81 rated now. What a superstar he's going to be. Well, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we actually got a result here, didn't we, last season? City hadn't scored before that. We've actually got a really good record. I did mention at the start of the episode we're going to be playing 4 games in today's episode. That won't be true. We'll only be playing 3 because we're just at the transfer window. There won't be enough time, probably, in terms of having a really, really long episode, which I don't like doing. So there'll only be 3 games. I'll have another look at the schedule and see how that's going to work. And Manchester City versus Spurs. Now, our first 3 games this season, 4-2 win at home against Burnley, a 3-0 win against, I can't remember who it was in the second game, and in the third game a 2-0 win. So it should have been a 4-0 win. We shouldn't have conceded those goals against Burnley. Looking to keep a clean sheet again today. And it looks like Spurs have moved for a new right back in the market. Ashraf Hakimi seems to be in there. He is signed. And also Hinsape is in there from Leverkusen. Some big signs in this side for Spurs. Kane still up top. Keeping him has been crucial. He's been very loyal for Tottenham Hotspur. So this is the Spurs side. In goal starts David Raya. It's a back four of Ashraf Hakimi, Mickey van der Ven, Ramani and Insape. It is then Madison, Basuma and Kulusevski in the midfield three. Brian Hill, Harry Kane and Captain Heung-min Son, the front three. On the bench, Vicario, Mitoma's there as well. Porto, Romero, Bentancur, Scarlett, Richarlison. Looking at that Spurs side, they could be title challengers this season. They've heavily invested. Switch to Jack Grealish here. Jack Grealish. De Bruyne doesn't quite make a run for him. Grealish then goes into De Bruyne. Back to Alvarez and away by Mickey van der Ven. De Bruyne is there. De Bruyne can't get there because Spurs have nicked it off him. There's Heung-min Son into Kane and a big save by Edison and Phil Foden away. What a start that could have been for Spurs. It was Kevin De Bruyne of all people caught out. Wasn't really. Diaz in there. Diaz away on his edge of the box too. This man Hill. Interception by Kovacic. Not once but twice by Kovacic. A lovely movement by Mateo Kovacic. And then through to Alvarez by Mateo Kovacic. Great play, Julian. Alvarez off the post. Alvarez back to De Bruyne. Phillips. Into Kovacic. Great ball, Mateo Kovacic. Fantastic goal for City. And it's number 8, Mateo Kovacic, who scores. That's a brilliant finish from him. Well, he's more the backup to Kevin De Bruyne, but we've just a little bit tired. We've started him in the midfield today on the right-hand side. Falls to him on his left foot. That is great technique by the Croatian. Absolutely top-level technique. On the bounce. Beautiful. Beautiful hit by Kovacic. Nearly nicely done. Hill. Holden Vardiol. Good defending from him. Looking for many a clean sheet this season, if we can do. Half-time, 1-0 lead Spurs. Good performance so far. They've been very good. Don't take that away from Spurs. They've been very good, and that's why we can't break them down. Something like the Champions League, I don't intend to play 2 up top. Haaland, Alvarez. Back in behind to Haaland here. Erling Haaland. He's bursting away. Haaland. Back to Alvarez in the pullback. Couldn't go for goal, I didn't think. Maybe he could have done. De Bruyne wins it back. Locked away. Phone in there. Alvarez. Oh, through to De Bruyne brilliantly. Kevin back to Haaland and away by Spurs. Mickey van der Ven behind for a corner. Leading with 2 up top, we seem to have a lot more control. Manchester United signed Dan Neil. I don't know who that is. De Bruyne. Haaland! Oh, what a goal by Haaland. 2-0 City. Assist for Kevin De Bruyne. That's a beautiful ball over top by KDB there. Curls one in. And Erling Haaland's there. Assist for De Bruyne. Look at the space for Haaland. I can see it. He beats Raya to it. The long legs of Haaland stretch out. And City double their lead at Tottenham Hotspur here to 2-0. Really struggles. And Vardiol's out of position here. He's getting back, Joshua Vardiol, though. And he gets a foot in on Mitoma. From range, a shot. Blocked away. Falls to Maddison. Flicked away by Diaz with the hand of Ruben Diaz. There's your clean sheet gone. Oh, what a joke. Always Diaz as well. Harry Kane! Top bins. Edison wouldn't have saved it if he went the right way anyway. Spurs pull one back 2-1. We lose our clean sheet and that annoys me. Grealish. To De Bruyne. Handball by Mickey van der Ven. Penalty Manchester City. We have one back. Or Romani it is, I think. Comes off his hand. He knows nothing about it, but he hits him on the arm on the way through. And you get a penalty for it, don't you? Well, will he still get it if I go in the top corner here? He doesn't, goes the wrong way. I was wondering if he goes the same way. He saves it. Haaland scores again, by the way, 3-1. I didn't really celebrate that goal because I just don't like the penalties. I wish I could change this handball rule. There must be something somewhere. Haaland steps up. Bang, top bins. Great finish by Haaland. Manchester City 3, Spurs 1. I2 Pote. Just getting back to sharpness after that ACL injury. Haaland. McAtee. Pote. Pote's in here. Pote. Pull back to Kevin De Bruyne. Straight at Raya. Richarlison. Wide they go towards Hakimi. Big man Diaz across. His physicality well. Diaz. Hakimi's done fantastic. Cross across the box here. Vardiol can't stop it somehow. Kane gets his second again, 4-2. So we can see 2 goals again. We can see 2 goals again here. Ah, it's poor by Vardiol. It's always Vardiol and Diaz. And over to Nikola Yarthabal. Let's it run. That's full time. 3. It's only 3. Why do I think it was 4-2? It's 3-2. Spurs could have easily beat us there. 3-2. Not with it. And luckily, I didn't take my foot off the gas too much. It's a win anyway. But Spurs, very good side. And I think they will challenge this year. Well, in January, Tommy Doyle's agreed to go to Atalanta for 6 months. Hopefully come back nearly 80 rated by then, or 80 rated. And then maybe move him on for a profit, depending on how he performs in these few games that he gets for City every now and again. So our Champions League group for the season has been revealed. Let's have a look at the full groups. It's L'Oreal, POK, and then Bayern and Fenerbahce, PSG, Sparta Prague, Sporting and Bergamo Calcio, Dortmund, Marseille, Young Boys and Sevilla, Galatasaray, Athletic Club, Spurs and Dynamo Kiev, Liverpool, Leverkusen, Napoli, Celtic, Newcastle, Inter, AS Monaco, Zagreb, City, Leipzig, Ajax and AFC Serang, never heard of them, Juventus, Madrid, Benfica, Salzburg. Well, we should be getting through our group. And our first game was against Leipzig. There's a side for Leipzig today. In goal starts Edison. It's Stones, Akanji and Vardy are our back 3. Phillips, Kovacic and captain Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield 3 with Pote on the right. His first start since his ACL injury. On the left is Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland partners. Julian Alvarez up top. On the bench we've got Oyarthabal, Foden, Florian Wirtz could make his debut today. Rico Lewis, Nathan Ake, Benjamin Pavard and Ortega. Vardiel does get the nod against his former side. Well, there is the Etihad Stadium ready for the first bit of Champions League action of the season. A year ago we were Champions League holders. A year later after that we went and got knocked out in the group stage to Bayern Munich. This season is going to be different. We're not going to get knocked out really early in not the group stage, but the knockout stages. We are going to go and do our best. And I think we're going to win it this year. I think it's Pep Guardiola, maybe his final season, his contract's up at the end of this year. Maybe Pep goes and wins it in his final year. Well, RB Leipzig received €100 million from Manchester City for Joško Vardiel in our team right now. And we see their lineup in a second. We'll see how they reinvested that €100 million in improving their side. There is the team right there. A couple of known faces, some unknown faces as well in this Leipzig side. Petr Golashki still starts in goal. On the bench for RB Leipzig, captained by Lachelle Gertrude, is Jose Martinez, Dani Olmo, Ousmane Dembele, also Sesko, Raum as well. So it's Konsa Diassi at the back with Gertrude and Günther Schlager and Seedwald in the midfield too. Carrasco and Baumgarter in behind. Lois Openda and Timo Werner, are very quick and proactive front line from Leipzig. De Bruyne. Oh, well done, De Bruyne wins it back. De Bruyne lost it. Only as far as Grealish. Phillips. Pote to the turn here and just flashes past the post by the Portuguese wide man. Down by De Bruyne. Grealish back and Kevin De Bruyne is injured. And Grealish. Straight for the back of Grealish they come now. But Kevin De Bruyne is not getting back up. Do not be injured for a long time here, Kev. Please. Please do not be injured, De Bruyne. He's holding his knee and it looks terrible, that. That looks really... But that's like Pote ACL type injury. Well, Florian Wirtz is going to make his debut. Good skill by him, but struggling to beat them. Pointing to Kovacic. Wirtz. Alvarez! Can't get his first goal of the season. Over the bar by Galaccio. His first goal in the Champions League for us this season. Grealish in from the corner. Alvarez in there. Kovacic down. Back out to Grealish. Far post to Pote, and the first Champions League goal of the season is scored by Pedro Goncalves. Well, his first start since injury. An ACL injury that ruled him out for 7 months last season. He'd literally just signed for the club and then he hardly played a kick to football. He didn't kick a football again for the whole season. Grealish swings on him. Pote attacks it with a header. Lovely header by the mini man. He's not the biggest, but he was in there head first on the end of it. Past Galashki, and our first Champions League goal of the season is scored by Pedro Goncalves. And hopefully, he can just get back to what he is. You know, he's a real quality player. And it's such a shame we haven't been able to see it. Options in there, Grealish is swinging. Alvarez at the near post here. Flicks up and over, Schlager can only clear it. Haaland throws himself at it, John Stones. John Stones into the hands of Galashki. Doesn't really catch that anyway that you expect maybe Stones could do. Phillips. Kovacic. Alvarez. Into Haaland here. Bit of trouble for the defence. Pote rises. Down to Wirtz. Florian Wirtz with the outside the boot shot. Galashki against Haaland. Back out to Phillips. Kovacic. Grealish. Alvarez on the volley. Saved by Galashki and away by Leipzig. Good play by City. To Kovacic. Phillips. Alvarez. Vardiol. Onto Haaland with a shot here. Blocked away. Oh, and Kovacic couldn't control it. Good play from Vardiol as well from centre back there. Coming forward. Kovacic. Wirtz. Wirtz, lovely feet. Wirtz into Haaland here. Haaland on the turn. Saved by Galashki. Haaland on the rebound. Saved by Galashki again. Goalkeeper for Leipzig. Galashki is having a busy day, but a brilliant day. Half time. Manchester City 1. RB Leipzig 0. There's lots of thoughts on that injury for Kevin De Bruyne. Only behind here is Timo Werner. Vardiol across. Phillips. Back to Werner. Werner! Oh, come on, Akanji. Put your leg out, Manu. Come on, Akanji. That's poor. Just got to put his leg out here. So late. It's a good 123 miles per hour that ball's hit at. No wonder Edison doesn't save it, but Manu Akanji. Haaland. Got the captain's armband now, Grealish. Into Alvarez. Alvarez! Oh, come on. Intruder. One back by Grealish. Look at the options here for City. Grealish. Haaland. Oh, straight for the back of him. Straight for the back of Haaland. That could be another injury, this one. This time for Erling Haaland here. That's a red. Yellow card for Captain Gertrude. If Haaland's injured now, he's not. He's back up. Who's got the best free kick then? It's only 64. Haaland's got 77 free kicks, weirdly. I think Pote's going to take this one. I've seen him scoring before. Pedro Goncalves. Over the wall! Ooh. Saved by Galashki. Right to Pote. Alvarez with a header. Penalty, Manchester City. Comes off the hand of Gertrude. We'll take that, Leipzig. That's for you injuring our players. Gertrude as well, the one who nearly injured Haaland. Ball comes in. And I think he touches his hand to stop it getting to Alvarez properly. Not so confident Haaland in the penalties. And here we go. Haaland against Galashki down the middle. Good penalty from Haaland. 2-1 City. We want 3 points to start this Champions League. We want to have a perfect Champions League campaign. I want to win every game. I don't want to lose any games. Good finish from Haaland there down the middle. And we're going to make a change here. Jack Grealish is going to come off of Mikel Oyarzabal. Verts into Phillips. Switch of play to Oyarzabal once more. He swings it in. To Haaland for the acrobatics. Falls towards Alvarez. There's another penalty for City. Is it? No, it's a free kick to Leipzig for a foul by Haaland. Giving it back to Alvarez anyway. Pote. Alvarez. Near post. Haaland in there. Good save by Galashki again. Cleared away. Haaland back out. Alvarez. Kovacic. Phillips. Into Pote. Back to Pote. Lovely skill. Pote still. Rise the challenge is Pote. And then in the end, Gunter wins it off him. Falling behind. We need Pavard there. Can he get there? But brilliant from Pavard. Full-blooded. Kovacic. Pote. Pote onto his left foot. Into Alvarez! Off the post! Haaland. Wirtz on the volley! Just past the post by Florian Wirtz. How is it not 5 or 6-1 here today? We've played our time now, ref. How long do you want to go on? Full time, a 2-1 win at the start of our Champions League campaign. We'll take it. A little bit worried that we didn't score enough goals there, really. We conceded literally the only chance they did have, but we'll take it. 3 points, move on. Unfortunately, De Bruyne has dislocated his shoulder despite holding his knee. Well done, EA Sports. 2 months out. That's a big, big miss. Up next is Brentford at home, where we come away with a 3-0 win. A double from Haaland and a goal from Grealish and a clean sheet. Nice to see Manchester City. Up next was Barnsley at home in the first round of the Carabao Cup. A heavily rotated side. It was Mateo Kovacic's goal that got us the win there. They actually missed the penalty through Ironside in the 37th minute. Sort of scraped through with that rotated team. And the final game of today's episode is Leicester City away. Former Manchester City assistant coach, now coach there at Leicester. A few City players there on loan as well, or developing there. So that's why I wanted to play them away at the King Power Stadium, back in the Premier League as well. A side that have won the Premier League in the past. This is side we go with Edison in goal. It's captain Diaz, Vardiol and Stones the back three. Rodri, Wirtz and Kovacic in the midfield three, with Julian Alvarez supporting Haaland up top. Phil Foden on the right and Jack Grealish on the left. On the bench, Goncalves, Oyarzabal, McAtee, Phillips, Ake, Akanji and Ortega. So out come the two sides at the King Power Stadium, Manchester City and Leicester City. Zach Steffen is their goalkeeper, ex-City player. I think they've got Callum Doyle in there. Whether he starts late, I don't know. Mads Hermansen, another goalkeeper that's perhaps on the bench. Jamie Vardy still up top. And they did have Carlos Borges on loan last season. And actually Britos is on loan at them currently as well from our team. So we've got a good connection with them, especially due to the City's assistant coach moving there to become manager. And I wish all the best from this season, but I hope we beat them. This is the Leicester City side. Then in goal starts Zach Steffen. It's a back four of Wormleighton, Souttar, Faze and Luke Thomas. It's then Harry Winks the captain with Wilfred Ndidi in midfield two, with Rodriguez, Pryor and Jorge Jimenez supporting Jamie Vardy. Still up top on the bench, Danny Ward, Callum Doyle, Brito on loan from us, as well as Doyle, Harasso, Cody, Spaybrook and also Hurst. Here's Phil Foden. Through to Alvarez here. Alvarez back to Haaland. Can't get it past Wout Faze. Cleared away by Leicester and down by Rodri. Beats Vardy to it. Rodri goes chasing. Wormleighton. Oh, Kovacic good pressing. And again from Kovacic. Brilliant. Kovacic. Alvarez for a tap-in. 1-0 City. Great play from Mateo Kovacic, who's going to get a lot of game time in the absence of Kevin De Bruyne. And that's a brilliant goal from Kovacic. Twice he puts the pressure on. Twice he wins it back. Into Alvarez, who's not missing a sitter like that. That's Julian's second of the season. Not as prolific as I thought he would be. He got nearly 30 goals last season. And today has again. Kovacic. Through to Grealish. Grealish in there to Florian Wirtz. Kovacic it falls to. Can't shoot and score. Kovacic. Grealish. Kovacic. Wirtz. Fancy feet from the German. Back out to Grealish. Crossed in towards Foden. Phil Foden blocked away. Handball in there. Penalty Manchester City. Harry Souttar penalised for a handball. Foden shoots. Souttar blocks. With the arm. That, I mean, he sticks his arm out there. That's as clear as anything. Penalty City. And it's Erling Haaland against Zach Steffen. Haaland sends in the wrong way. It's 2-0 City. And Haaland gets another goal for the season. Come on, Erling. A lot of them are coming from penalties, though. That's my worry. That is my worry at the moment. It's hard to get him involved sometimes at the moment. I don't know why. Up he steps. Scores from the spot. Easy for a man like Erling Haaland. 2-0 City. Alvarez and Haaland on the score sheet. The strike partnership up top. Here's Rodri on the press. And Rodri into Alvarez. And Julian Alvarez makes it 3-0. Found by Rodri. Finished by Alvarez. 3-0 City. And we're running riot here at the King Power Stadium. Rodri wins it back. Haaland makes a great decoy run. And Alvarez finishes it off. He's third of the season. What a player he is. Wirtz, Foden, Alvarez. In behind to Haaland here. Haaland on the right foot. Oh, what a hit by Haaland. 4-0 City. And it's Erling Haaland with a cracker. A double for him and Alvarez today as both compete for a hat-trick. 4-0 already. Wow. Alvarez through. Oof. What a hit from Haaland. What a hit from Haaland. 4-0. They all want the hat-trick. Really bad pass. Rodrigo sliding in to win it back for City. Oh, and they give it to Alvarez here. Trouble. And Alvarez through to Haaland, and they're in big trouble here. Souta's not going to catch Haaland. Haaland for the hat-trick. 5-0 City within 37 minutes. Well, they want to play out from the back, Leicester City. They're newly promoted. But you're up against the most ruthless side in the world in Manchester City. And it's 5-0. Alvarez, I tell you what, statistically, we could blow some records today. 5-0 Haaland hat-trick. This could be a cricket score. Back onto Wirtz. Wirtz up to Haaland. On the chest. Haaland. Kovacic! What a goal! 6-0. What a goal from City. And it's Kovacic again, who seems to have really found his place in this team. 6-0, and we're not at half-time yet. I think Pep Guardiola's created a monster here. What a finish by Kovacic. Good play from Haaland and Wirtz. Wirtz. Alvarez. Foden. Foden. Into Grealish. Haaland down. Florian Wirtz for his first ever goal. 7-0 Manchester City. Assist by Haaland and goal for the young Florian Wirtz. 120 million. Manchester City's record signing. 20 years of age, the young German. And he's going to be worth every penny. Cleared away, straight to Haaland, nodded down. Wirtz on the finish. Wow, 7-0. This could be double figures here. And I might just go and stay in this game, guys. Because I want a clean sheet. And I want double figures here. I want double figures. I want to break whatever Premier League record there is. Why not? As ridiculous as it is, Leicester City, they've been beaten 9-0 before, haven't they, in the past? Or was it them that beat Southampton? They beat Southampton 9-0. Well, now they're on the other end of it. Trouble here. Foden. Cross to Alvarez. And he just get it behind for a corner. He just get it behind for a corner. It. Goncalves. Cross him. Alvarez at near post here, just over the bar. Glancing header as he looked for his hat-trick. Nearly got it. Him and Wirtz. That's lethal. Wirtz. Pope. Into Alvarez. Julian Alvarez! Oh, side net him. Kanji into Phil Foden. Foden into Pote. Pote across the box here. Alvarez does score. 8-0. Pote with the assist and Julian Alvarez with the goal. 8 shots on target. We've had more shots, but 8 shots on target, 8 goals. And Julian Alvarez gets his hat-trick now. Great goal from Julian. Assist for Pote here. It was Phil Foden, plays it in behind. Pote across to Alvarez. One touch. Bang. Zach Steffen nowhere near it. The Leicester City fans are going home. They've seen a big win like this before, these Leicester fans. Back into Pote. Pote. Alvarez with a spectacular nearly. Rodri back out. McAtee. Oyarthabal. Pulls it back. McAtee. Into Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz blocked away. City peppering the Leicester goal. Phil Foden goes for a curler. Another bar by Phil Foden. As City look for number 9 here. And we're not dipping off at all. Well, Callum Doyle's come on at the back. Pulling into Pote here. And it's Pedro Goncalves who does make it 9. Pope's got a goal for himself as well off the bench. 9-0. And I wish nothing but the best for this man. That ACL injury could have really ruined his City career, but he's not let it stop him. Alvarez with another assist for his name today. Through to Pote. Back of the net. 9-0. And we could just get 10 here. Rodri across to Rodriguez. John Stones in there and back to McAtee. Pote. Wirtz. Pote. Pote again! Oh, top bins by Pote. 10-0. 10-0. Come on. That's the record, surely, in the Premier League. I think that is the record. I think City got to 8 against Watford once. 10 today. What a finish from Pote. What a finish from Pote. I knew he was good when we signed him. And what a way to end this episode, by the way. Storming Leicester City. Foden. Alvarez is in. Alvarez is in! Oh my word, it's 11. And Alvarez gets his 4th this season. Well, it might be his 5th, actually. 4 in just today's game. It's Phil Foden with the assist through to Alvarez. This has been a nice little stat pad for us, isn't it? The stats are nice and good. I wish we had Kevin De Bruyne not injured, because how many assists would he got in today's game, KDB? He'd be already on for the assist record, wouldn't he? Under a big challenge there. He's been fantastic today. Stone's a big challenge. Full time, we end the episode there. Leicester City 0, Manchester City 11. 11. 4 goals for Alvarez. Haaland got a nice little stat pad session as well. Pote in behind the striker was majestic. I think him and Haaland could link up really well. Maybe he comes inside and plays that centre-forward position. He works so well there. What a result, what a game. Maybe McAtee plays in the right more and Pope plays through the middle. I don't know in that position. Thanks for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you next time.